Finally, the most troublesome guy is out of our lives, my husband said, laughing when I returned home from my dad Jackson's funeral. Can you believe the nerve of this guy? My father just passed away. I couldn't hold back my anger. My voice naturally grew louder. How can you joke about this? What kind of person says that? He flashed a mocking smile as if looking down on my mom, Millie, and me. Starting now, Eliza and I are taking over this house. You and your old lady can get out. It looks like he's planning to claim the house with his mother, Eliza, but he's forgetting something very crucial. Let me enlighten him on that truth. My name is Natalie, and I'm 30 years old. I juggle a job as an office worker and my duties as a housewife. Tyler and I have been married for 2 years. Our relationship has always felt like an extension of our friendship. Even now in marriage, we still feel more like friends than a married couple. People often tell us we're like a mature couple. Neither of us is overly affectionate. We don't hold hands or stick too close to each other. In short, we're comfortable together. We both understood this when we chose to get married. Our mornings start with a shared meal and planning that day's schedule. Sipping his coffee, Tyler spoke up first. I have a drinking party with my coworkers after work today. Got it? Guess I'll eat out then. Actually, I might go straight to my parents' house afterward. What? Again? You just went back there recently. It's fine. I have tomorrow off, and Eliza said she wants to go shopping with me. Shopping? Let me guess. You're going to end up buying everything, right? I'm happy to buy it, so don't butt in, Natalie. You may have guessed, Tyler has a soft spot for his mother, Eliza. I didn't notice it until we were married, but after we started our life together, I began to have concerns about my husband. Our relationship is generally as tranquil as any friendship, but when it comes to Eliza, it's a different story. Tyler constantly prioritizes her and heads back to his parents' house at every opportunity. I had always had my reservations about his actions. It bothers me, especially since we'd agreed to share household chores on our days off, yet he takes off for his parents' house like it's no big deal. We've got plans to move soon. Despite that, he keeps avoiding packing. All talk and no action. I couldn't hold back my frustration and let out a snarky complaint. Going back to your parents' house is fine, but what about our place? We agreed to declutter this coming weekend, remember? Oh, can't we do that some other time? It's not urgent. It is urgent. How many times have you put this off? I did the last cleanup alone, you know. Fine, he said. I'll help next time. What are you talking about? We're moving next month. Okay, fine. I'll do it when I get back tomorrow. Grumbling, my husband left the living room, and as his footsteps faded away, I let out a sigh. Why can't I find a better way to say things? We both agreed to move after all. Our new home is my childhood home. 3 months ago, my dad, Jackson, fell ill and had to be hospitalized. My mom, Millie, has trouble walking, and it's difficult for her to live alone. It's unthinkable to leave her alone in that big house. It's not far, and the house was renovated a few years ago, so it's in good condition. My husband agreed with no hesitation, saying if we can live in a house that big. Thankfully, Millie is happy to have us live with her. Though I'd love to proceed with the move smoothly, Tyler is making it difficult. Time is running out, but I keep pressing him. A few weeks later, we finally completed our move and started our life at my childhood home. Millie will visit Jackson on weekdays, and I will go on weekends. Housework will be shared by Millie and me, and my husband will help too. On this Saturday, Millie and I decided to go to the hospital to visit Jackson. The hospital is big, and I'd find it hard to navigate on my own. In the morning before leaving, I reminded my husband, Tyler, we're heading to the hospital. Oh, have a good trip. You remember what I asked you to do, right? Did you ask me to do something? The laundry is hanging outside. Bring it in the afternoon and please finish unpacking. I told you about it yesterday. Oh, yeah, something like that. Okay, I got it. Holding his phone, Tyler responded without making eye contact. I reiterated, please take care of it, and then Millie and I left for the hospital. Several hours later, Millie and I returned home. Jackson's condition wasn't great, and the doctors also had a concerned expression. Feeling down, I walked into the house and was stunned. What? The laundry's still hanging? Boxes not unpacked? Empty ramen cups on the desk and loungewear scattered on the floor? No sign of him anywhere in the house. What is this? He hasn't done a single thing I asked, and leaving his clothes all over the place at my parents' house. Isn't he embarrassed? Even Millie was at a loss for words. Frustrated, I immediately called my husband. "What's up?" he answered, sounding annoyed. "What do you mean, what's up? Why didn't you do what I asked? Something came up. Something. What's so important that you left laundry hanging and clothes on the floor? I got called by Eliza." "Eliza again? What do you mean again? This is the first time I've seen her since we moved. We've only been here a few days." Tyler clicked his tongue loudly and dismissively retorted, "Stop meddling in my relationship with my mom. You're being annoying." "What? You're the one who didn't do the basics, Tyler. Shut up." "Fine, I'm going back to my parents today. Don't contact me." He hung up the phone. I tried calling back several times, but he didn't answer. From that point on, Tyler started going back to his parents' house. Weekdays or weekends, it didn't matter. He promised to help with the housework after we moved, but he never did. As for Millie, she likely felt apologetic about his behavior. While I was working from home, Millie timidly spoke up. "Natalie, I'm sorry. Living together has been tough on you and Tyler. It's not your fault, Mom. You don't have to apologize." Maybe Tyler never wanted this living together so suddenly. That's not it. When I suggested it, he was thrilled to move into a big house. He just doesn't want to do any housework. "Don't worry about it, Mom. I'll sort it out with Tyler. We have other things to think about, like Dad." With a complex expression, Millie muttered, "Thank you." I was supposed to be making life easier for Millie by living together. Instead, I had made her worried. I decided I needed to have a serious talk with Tyler soon and went back to work. The clock strikes 2 a.m. the next night, awakened by the ring of my cell phone. The screen displays the name of the hospital where my father is admitted. I answer the call with a sinking feeling, fearing the call informed me that my father is in critical condition. My husband is once again away at his parents' house, so he's not home. I quickly wake up Millie and we rush to the hospital in the car, but we're too late. By the time we arrive, Jackson has already passed away. "Dad! Dad!" Our cries echo in the empty hospital room. Just last year, Dad was so lively. This is way too soon. No amount of wishing will bring back Dad. I understand that in my head, but I can't accept the reality. After shedding tears, I step out of the room and call my husband. It's the middle of the night, and he answers in a groggy voice. "What is it?" "I'm sorry for calling so late. Jackson just passed away." "Oh, okay. What is that all?" "Well, he was sick, right? It was inevitable." "That might be true, but can't you be a little more compassionate? You don't really need to be. Couldn't this have waited until morning?" Being a bother, he dismisses Jackson's death as such a thing. How can he be so indifferent when it's his own father-in-law who's passed away? Stunned into silence, he finally says, "Look, I'm going to pass on all the funeral stuff, okay? Just let me know when it's over." "What are you talking about? You're not coming to your own father-in-law's funeral?" "Stop nagging. If it's too much, it's too much. Handle it yourself. I'm not going." "Wait! Wait!" I hear nothing but the tone indicating the call has been disconnected. Anger bubbles up from the depths of my heart. Unbelievable. After all he's done, now he won't even attend Jackson's funeral. I'm done expecting anything from Tyler. If he keeps this attitude, I might even consider divorce. I can't bring myself to tell Millie that her son-in-law refused to attend the funeral because it's too much trouble. I lie and say, "It seems Tyler isn't feeling well, so he can't make it to the funeral." On the day of the funeral, I let my husband know, just in case, but he never shows up. My heart aches when Millie asks, "Is Tyler okay?" Once things settle down, I'll talk to Millie about the divorce. As these thoughts crossed my mind, I returned home after the funeral to find stacks of cardboard boxes in the hallway. "What's all this?" Next to me, Millie looks confused as she stares at the mountain of cardboard boxes. Just then, my husband and Eliza emerge from the back of the house. "What's going on here?" Tyler, stretching leisurely, responds, "It's obvious, isn't it? These are Eliza's boxes." Eliza's boxes? Ah, what a relief. The most annoying person is finally gone. Now Eliza and I can live here together. "Who are you calling annoying?" "Your father, of course. Now that he's gone, this house will be for Eliza and me." My husband spouts this nonsense with a sleazy grin on his face. Unable to contain my anger, my voice becomes harsh. How dare you? You didn't even attend Jackson's funeral. I married you for your family's money. Now that your father is gone, you'll inherit this house, right? What's yours is mine. Wait, inherit this house? Yeah. You can live somewhere else until your mother passes away. After that, you can come back and work here as a housekeeper. Starting now, Eliza and I are going to live here. You and your old hag can leave. At my husband's words, Eliza started clapping and giggling. That's my boy Tyler. Way to go, right? We've landed this big house so easily you should be grateful to me. I will be. I can't wait to redecorate it to my taste, my husband added. Do whatever you like. This house is ours after all, I interjected, watching them. Millie shed tears of frustration. Meanwhile, my rage had been fueled even more. I couldn't control the burning fury inside me. You've got to be kidding me. A housekeeper. Get out. Who do you think you are? I exploded. I'll make you understand your place. I stared them down and calmly started speaking. I don't know what your misunderstanding is, but you can't live here. What are you talking about? My husband looked down at me condescendingly. I'm not divorcing you, which means your house is also my house. And so, I can let Eliza live here. That's what I'm saying, he continued. Well, hypothetically speaking, if I had inherited this house from Jackson, you being my husband might have had some rights to live here, I retorted. If you had inherited... You did inherit this house from Jackson, didn't you? My husband's face was turning pale fast. Next to him, Eliza started panicking. What's going on here? She asked nervously. I laid out the facts clearly. I hate to break it to you, but neither of you have the right to live in this house. What? What are you talking about? My husband stuttered. The original owner of this house isn't Jackson. It's Millie, I explained, gesturing to Millie standing right next to me. Wait, I thought Jackson was the one with the money, Eliza interjected. Nope. The wealthy one here is Millie. Her family are well-known landowners, and this house was built by her grandfather. Oh, and Millie is the one who renovated this house, just so you know, I clarified. No way. So even if your dad is gone, this house isn't mine, and it definitely isn't yours either. Stop making assumptions, my husband muttered. At that, my husband let out a soft gasp at my shouting. Their faces, which had smirks just a moment ago, were now sickly shades of blue. Pouring out all my pent-up anger, I said, You didn't even attend Jackson's funeral, yet you come up with this pathetic scheme like this. I never thought you could be this irredeemable. Hold on, Natalie, let's calm down, my husband attempted to placate. Shut up, don't you dare call me by my first name. I'm done being married to you. Our relationship ends today. Go live with your precious mom for all I care, Natalie. Get out, or do you want me to call the police? I snapped. At that, my husband and Eliza trembled and scampered off. And that's how my married life came to an abrupt end. I sent Eliza's stuff, which had been moved without my consent, back to her parents' home. When I arrived with the divorce papers, my father-in-law, Levi, who had learned about the situation, was furious with my husband and Eliza. Under Levi's watchful eye, Tyler reluctantly signed the divorce papers. Levi decided to divorce Eliza and even disowned Tyler, kicking both of them out of the house. Afterwards, Tyler rented a cheap apartment and started living quietly with Eliza. They're reportedly struggling financially, especially since Eliza is unemployed, but I have zero sympathy for them. They reaped what they sowed. He can go ahead and make life miserable, just him and Eliza. As for me, I've started living with Millie back at our family home. After Jackson passed away, things were uncertain for a while, but now Millie and I are enjoying peaceful times together. I have no plans to leave Millie alone. I want to be by her side until the end, gradually repaying the love